We're just doing an overall shot here at West Overton. Kind of get a impression of what the place is like. Big building. That's just the old mill and distillery. They're having a wedding there today. If you're looking for a place to have a wedding, you can do it there. These are all buildings that are part of the complex here. Good solid old brick structures. Now this place, what they're working on here is to have a small distillery operation in there, which is not in operation yet, but that's in the planning stages. And we're going to be walking up this road and take a look at some things that aren't here anymore.
The Barclay house that he just held out until he got enough money from them. Yeah.
Now this one house really doesn't belong here. It's really not part of the historical buildings that contribute to the district. Now right where I'm looking, in the direction that the camera's pointed, there were several buildings. One was a malt house and the other was a cooper shop. And I don't know if the building that's right there now is related to that or not. It certainly doesn't look like a new building. I'll zoom in on it just a little bit to get a picture. But this area right here that we're looking at is where there were two buildings. Maybe you could hold that, Diane, and I'll get a shot of that on the camera. Okay, this is the area we're looking at. Right over here. These two buildings, that's where there was once upon a time a malt house and a cooper shop. And what we're going to do now is walk a little bit further up the road. It was built in the 1840s as the home of Henry Overholt, who was running the place in combination with his father Abraham. And as you go right over here in sight across this wall, looking as the camera points, right over across the road once upon a time, there was a large building, very large building, several stories high. It was originally used for as tenements for the people who were working in the coal and coke operation. But it's all been erased. In the 1920s, there was a project going on here to kind of clean things up. And a lot of stuff got kind of wiped out. But looking right over here is what you see is where there was once upon a time a very large building. And when the coke operation shut down, by 1906 the coke operation had been shut down, and they started using it as a, there was a foundry there that made hardware items for caskets. And that operation only lasted for about 6 years until 1912. Now this fine building is for rent right now. So if you're looking for a place to live in a genuine historic district, here it is. And the second building up there is being used as a collectibles operation. And we're now looking at the what was once the house and store of Christian Overholt, among other people. It was the store of the village. There was a village of quite a few people here once upon a time, because there was a distillery, a mill, a coke operation, coal, a mine and coke operation. There was a number of things going on here, and the ancillary operations to the distillery and mill. And we're up now on the uphill side of this Christian Overholt house. And if you stand right here, and sight over this way, you can see where there was once upon a time a church. A church that was built in 1889 and was still there into the 20th century. And I don't know how long it lasted, but it was a Baptist church. And there are now, we're looking down at some of the historic structures that are contributing to the historic district. And I'll walk out here just a little bit closer to the road. And as we look up, you can see here two more houses that are contributing structures to the historic district. And these both need some tender love and care. They need somebody to take care of them. They're both empty, and hopefully they'll get taken care of. And as we look, we can see the cars on 819, which runs right through here, which is a recent addition. It wasn't obviously there during the time that the place was in operation, when they were running a distillery and all. This is a shot of the flower gardens at West Overton. The place is well taken care of by someone who likes flowers. This is more or less the backyard of the main house. They even have a grape arbor up there. Let me get into a little bit of shade here. And there we see the big, what was the big old manor house that was built by Abraham Overholt about 1838 or 39. A big house.